Hi guys, good evening all. I am Koti. I have total 13 years of experience into data science and AI. Almost 2 years of experience into generative AI, SAS, R language, Python. Almost from last 8 years, I'm currently using Python. And along with that, I have done my specialization in machine learning and deep learning. As we are going to deal about the generative AI, the fundamental for generative AI is machine learning as well as deep learning. Before I go into in-depth of it, so let me explain you about the one example. So before, okay, let me go with the direct example. Then I'll come to the what is the prerequisite and all. Okay. So 1 second, guys. Just okay. So guys, do you know about these companies? Do you know about these companies? Can you please respond? Do you know about this company? Before I start about what is data science and AI, do you know about the companies which are on the screen?
Yes,
What are those? What is the Nokia, BlackBerry, Kodak, Barnes and Noble? How many of you have used as a first mobile as a Nokia? How many of you have used the first mobile as a Nokia? How many of you? No one?
1100 mobile.
Mobile 1100. Very good. Me, Raghav Reddy, including myself also, the basic mobile 1100 mentioned, right? Even I used the first mobile way back in 2006, if I'm not wrong, 6 or 7. Right. Do you know BlackBerry? Do you know about Kodak, Barnes and Noble? And there is a one common thing across all these companies. Can you guess what is that?
Camera.
Same only. Same. Oh, okay, same. Perfect. Now, okay, now I think we got it. Now we are in a good shape. Okay. Now there is a one common thing across we have used in this. Okay. Hmm. 1 second. Think something. Okay, what is a common thing? They were market leaders once upon a time. If phone means everyone thinks about Nokia. Why Nokia is not there? What happened to Nokia? They have not updated. They have not updated. They have not updated. If you're not starting updating yourself, what happens to you? Same thing what happened to Nokia or Kodak, what happened to BlackBerry, same thing is going to happen to us. So updating ourselves is the first motto. Now, earlier, let me tell you about few. When I've studied my data science course, MBA in data science way back in 2010 to 2012, we used to use only basic machine learning. We used to use only basic machine learning in my course. After that, we got advanced machine learning. The machine learning concept called Robo 1, like Robo 1, and our data science 1. Deep learning and natural language processing is Robo 2, like data science phase 3, 2. And generative AI is phase 3. Now we are at phase 3. What happens? We stopped at phase 1 only. If you're not updating in phase 2 and phase 3. The same thing what happened to Kodak, what happened to BlackBerry, what happened to Nokia, same thing will happen to us. Am I right? So we need to update ourselves. That the way market is growing, we also need to move in the same direction. Am I right, guys? So these companies fail to see the technological disruption. So in the year of 2010 or 9, Android was introduced in the mobile phones. If I'm not wrong, 2009 or 10. If the moment Nokia started adopting the Android, what would happen? They have already good market share. Easily they will capture the market share, right? They would have captured the market share. Then there will be no Samsung, there is no OnePlus, there is no iPhone. As already people have some brand name, trust name on Nokia, they are not updated because of technological disruption. Because of they are not updated technically, hence they lost their share in the market. For example, let me give you one more example, easy to understand, guys. Okay, what is this? BlackBerry. Only BlackBerry you can see brand name. Apart from that, one more thing we can see. What is that, guys? Keyboard. Keyboard. So if you want to go to the keyboard, go application. For example, you want to open some application, you need to go there, settings or some application. It is taking a lot of lengthy process and lot of complicated process. Do you agree with me, guys? It is a kind of more complicated process. Am I right? It is a more complicated process. Or we cannot use touch screen. So everyone, what do you say? For example, guys, if I ask you to write a code, Ashwin, if I ask you to write a code of 40 lines of code, will you write? Anita, Anant, will you write? Bhaireti, will you write? For example, if I ask you to walk for 20 kilometers to go an exam, to write an exam, what will you do? You want to attempt a, let's say, UPSC exam from your home 20-kilometer distance to your center. Do you go by walk? Do you go by, it's a hot summer, now we are in mid 40, I mean temperature in 40s. Do you go by walk? Do you use bicycle? Do you use two-wheeler like Activa or anything? Or do you use car or do you use bus? What do you guys, what do you use? What do you use? You want to write an exam, UPSC exam. It is 20 kilometers far away from your home. You have multiple options in front of you. If you start morning 6, exam starts at let's say 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. If you start by 6 o'clock or by 11 o'clock, you'll reach the center. Walk is one way, bicycle is another way, two-wheeler is another way, bus is another option. Fifth option is car with AC, central AC, like a kind of bench car. Which one do you prefer? Which one do you prefer, guys?
Bike, sir.
Car.
Bike,
Car.
car. Majority of them say please. Please respond.
Car.
Car. Why car? Why not cycle or why not walk or why not two-wheeler?
We can reach the center early.
But let's say if you go with a car, you need to stuck in the traffic, right? Bangalore traffic.
Yeah.
You need to go 2 hours. 2 hours is 2 to 3 hours it will take. If you go with by scooter or any two-wheeler, you go in 1 hour. Then now which one do you pick?
Bike.
Still, majority of them, as it is summer, before you are going to an exam, you think your mind should be fresh.
Yes.
If you go by two-wheeler, like you get sweating, right?
Yes, sir.
And you get disturbance. So yeah, before you're going to exam, you think your mind should be fresh. You will prefer to use car. Am I right, guys? Think yourself.
Yes, sir.
And along with that, you feel that there is no heat problem, there is no sound pollution. Only traffic you can face. Only traffic you can face an issue. But you see a luxury or comfort. I cannot say luxury, you can say comfort. Now, every user in our daily life, we want have a more of luxury or comfort. Am I right? Right? Do you agree with me? If you see the similarly, if you see on the screen, keyboard, mobile phone like BlackBerry, it is difficult to operate. Once upon a time, we have operated the same mobile. Now, as we are looking more and more comfort, instead of using the keyboard mobile phone, we are using
Touch mobile.
we are using touch mobile. Can you see my screen, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you see my, we are using the touch mode. Touch you can use anywhere, you can any operation you can use. Or now what happened by updating the technology? Hey Siri, or what do you call an Android phone? In iPhone we call Siri.
Hey, Google.
Hey Google, call to Mr. Shobit, call to Rakesh Reddy. Hey, call to Rakesh Reddy, March 2024 January batch or Generative AI student. Automatically, what happens? It pick the name by listening our voice. Automatically, it is giving the setting the location or directly it is making the call. Hey, can you set a location to Mysore? Hey, Google Map, can you set a location for Mysore? Automatically, it is setting. All these things are happened. All things happened because of data science. Because of data science. Or because of AI, artificial intelligence. Guys, trust me, by next 20 years, we cannot live without AI. It is part of everyday life. In our everyday life, minute by minute, second by second. How it is minute by minute, second by second? Let me explain with a few examples. Guys, let me ask a question. How many of you buy vegetables? Or how many of you buy groceries? How many of you buy groceries, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Most of them. From where do you buy groceries?
From
If you are in a small town, you can buy from small shops, kirana shops. If you are in cities like Bengaluru or Hyderabad or Chennai, Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, you go to D-Marts or you go to Big Bazaar or you go to Spencer's, you go to some stores. Am I right? What if let's say if you been to DMart, have you ever been to DMart, guys? Have you ever been to DMart?
Yes, sir.
So what is the most difficult part you find in DMart?
Billing.
Billing part. Very good. Billing part. Standing in queue. At least, if I'm not wrong, you must have stand on weekends in the evening, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You must have stand minimum 1 hour to 1.5 hours. Am I right, guys?
Yes, sir.
One. So, is there any way in this entire process? Is there any way can we use AI? Think about it. Where do we use AI? So let me tell you one of the story how AI has been used in the retail stores. Amazon Go. Amazon has introduced one concept called Amazon Go. No lines, no checkout. Buy product, go to home. Take the product from the store, Amazon store, or like DMart store. No need to wait or no need to be stand in queues. Buy the product, go to home. Now, seriously, how is it possible? How is it possible? Are you able to follow me, guys? Guys, are you able to follow me, Bhavita? Bhavya.
Babita. Yes, sir, we do.
Bhavita, are you able to follow me? Lahari,
Yeah.
Nahid, Prabhas. Right. I think Nahid, have you ever seen in USA?
Actually, I went to Freshman.
Yeah, Freshmart. Yes, that's called Amazon Go is called Freshmart. Yeah. No lines and no checkout. Seriously, how is it happened? It happened in Amazon with the help of AI. With the help of AI. Most of the people, most of the people, most of the people, most of the people are standing in the queue hours and hours. We get irritation. With the help of AI, with the help of AI, swipe the phone and enter the store. So you need to install an application called Amazon Fresh or Amazon Go, anything it's called. So the application, you need to link your bank account or your credit card to Amazon Fresh. Majority of the time it accepts the Amazon Fresh. Right? When you enter, automatically each thing is tagged. So pick up items, automatically you need to pick up the item, you need to add the items to your cart. Walked out of the store, automatically the item get charged. The amount will get deducted from your account. Now, technically understand how item has tagged to or mapped to the product. There should be some code. Someone need to scan the code, right? Am I right? And item need to be classified in different categories, right? Either it is a food item, whether it is a drinking item, whether it is a consumable item, right? This thing, or it is a perishable item, or it is a non-perishable item. You need to classify. How do you classify? We can use a background algorithm called machine learning algorithm. They simply used as an AI based application. They simply use AI based application to build this app. Because of this, we have saved a lot of time. No need to stand in queues, no need to wait. Automatically, bill got deducted from your bank account. So let's say it has taken 15 minutes to pick up all the items. You can walk out within 2 minutes or 5 minutes. If you don't have this application, AI-based application, you must have to wait another 1 hour. The total time which consumes more than 1 hour 15 minutes. This is the one of the biggest advantage how AI is changing the world. Understood, guys? Let me tell you one more example. Amazon Go is the prime position to disturb the story, right? Now, what is the guy? Who is that guy? By looking at the image, who is that guy? I mean, I don't know. I'm not asking about his name. Blind. Yeah, blind. Now, can you think about how AI is going to be used for blind people? Can you think about it?
Yeah, the AI can navigate him.
AI
Will navigate him using.
So Microsoft, what they have done? See here, the Microsoft has created one application. Has created an application. Can you see on his phone? Can you see on his phone? Can you see on phone? Right? Can you see? Where is this? Can you see on his phone? right? Same, right? Can you see on right? Can you see on his phone? There is an
Yes.
application. The application through camera it captures the images, holes, any stones are there on the road, any divide on the road. It captures the image. Again, with the AI application, it classifies whether it is a hole, whether it is any divider is there, any vehicle is coming, automatically it will tell you or give a signal to the application. Give a signal to the application and can give a voice. Hey, Mr. Koti, in front of you in 15 and 150 meter, there is a hole. Go right. Right? After let's say the way how maps inform us in 30 meters, take right and left, it will insist us. So that without anyone help, by using this application, we can easily go to anywhere. How world has been changing here. All these are. So earlier example, we have classified the items, right? Text items, right? Food items, all the text, right? The box, the text will be there. We have classified text. Now what we are capturing? Image and audio. Am I right? Image and audio, because it's giving the voice, audio. Two different applications we discuss. One is image, audio, and text. Third one, how world is changing. Let's understand with the third one. So earlier, now the example of Google Maps. Earlier, if I want to travel from Bangalore to Hyderabad, I don't know the route. I need to ask, how do I go to Bangalore? So within the Bangalore city, from I want to go to, let's say, Marthali to Majestic, I don't know the route. Now, do I need to ask anyone help? By using Google Maps or Street View, it all suggests us how to go, where to go, right? So these are the some of the applications. These are the some of the applications. These are all things: text, audio, video, image. These all things are the primary components of AI. The primary components of four components of AI. These are the four are the text, audio, video, and image are the inputs for your generative AI. Am I right? These are the inputs for your generative AI. Make sense, guys? Right. Next. Now, one more thing we are facing nowadays. Have you ever used the chat? Have you ever used the chat GPT?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever used the chat GPT? Okay, let me use the chat GPT. Can you see? Right? This is okay. Can you tell story about do you know, for example, do you know about data vision? Right, as of my latest update, January 22, I don't have specific information about the company or name, data. Right. So let's say I use KSR data vision. Let's say if you go with the Gemini, but ChatGPT is not giving much information, right? If you go with the Gemini, let's see, if you go with the Gemini, see here. Let's see. Do you know KSR data vision? See here. Yes, I do know about KSR data vision. Training focus, learning format. This gives some videos, all the story, right? Founders of KSR data vision, right? See the listed directors of KSR data vision. Give us some story, right, guys? Listen, right? Is it clear? Now, how? Now, one question coming to our mind: how this information has been generated? Because when I said the founders of KSR data vision, it searches the information from internet. It gave you some data first. As you are working in the organization, due to security reasons or due to privacy reasons, we are not allowed to use ChatGPT or Gemini. Yeah, but how generative AI is going to be helpful to us? How generative AI is going to be helpful to us? Okay, let me give a simple answer, guys. Let me give a simple example, easy example. How many of you studied engineering? How many of you studied engineering, guys? How many of you studied engineering or graduation or post graduation? Everyone completed the graduation or post graduation, guys? Can you respond, please? Yes, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me one subject name? One subject which you know very well. Huh? Fluid mechanics. Okay. Let's say I want to use one subject called, let's say, business analytics. Let's see. Let's see. Very, very important. I'm explaining with example. Maybe in tomorrow class or maybe by end of this course, we are going to do this project. Okay. I will explain one example. How do we use business analytics? PD business analytics for statistics PDF. See, I want, let's say, see, listen, guys. Listen very carefully. Listen, guys. Everyone, please. I said some date, April 1st. So go to downloads. I open this file. Let me open this file. Let me open this file. Guys, how many page book it is? How many pages book it is?
21.
Okay. How many pages book it is? How many page book it is?
21.
21 page book. Guys, let me ask a question. How much time will it take for you to read entire 21 page book? Come on, come on. How much time will it take for you to read entire completely the book?
Just reading or understanding, sir.
Of course, reading and understanding everything.
59.
More than 1 hour?
Let's say 1 hour. 20 pages 1 hour. Right? Imagine. Imagine. I have 500 page book. I have 500 page book. Listen, very, very interesting. 500 page book. Now tell me, it is one of the subject called statistics and business analytics. It is one of the part for our generative AI course. And your teacher told you, I will, from this book, I will conduct an exam, open book exam. Have you ever heard about open book? Yes or no? Have you ever heard about open book exam?
Yes, sir.
Now, my question to everyone is, so they given some example concept called normal distribution. The concept called normal distribution. Now, you never studied the exam. So our study like one day batting, right? Before exam, one day batting only, right? That's how we pass the exams, right? Am I right, guys? Now, it is difficult to get where is normal distribution. So what I will do, I will search normal distribution. I will search something called normal distribution. I could not find it. I could not find something. No, right? Maybe 21 pages it is not there. Maybe let's say mean. Right? Maybe average, something. Statistics, something. It is difficult to read, right? Difficult to get all the information, right? Right. Difficult to get all the information. Now, find is difficult to get and understand, write the exam, it will take a lot of time. Instead of that, like how Gemini is given, if I write something called normal distribution, listen carefully. If I write something called normal distribution, it gives some information, right? Like it gives some information about shape, symmetry, parameters, and all, right? So from where Gemini got all this information? From online or from internet search engine. Instead of that, from this document, I create an application with the help of generative AI. I will type something called normal distribution. Automatically, it will highlight or give all the information regarding normal distribution. Then how much time it will take to write the exam? Very easy, right? Very easy, right? This is one of the fundamental application we can use in our daily life with the help of generative AI. Now, this is a project, whatever I given example, right? This is a similar project we are implementing in our office. Currently, as you know that I'm working in a bank. Banks works under tight regulators. Before giving a loan, let me give a simple example. Do you know, guys, some of the famous banks in India? Guys, do you know famous banks in India? Come on.
Sir.
Do you know some famous banks in India?
Yes, sir.
Anything?
HDFC,
HDFC,
Access
Bank,
ICICI.
ICS. Okay, HDFC, Axis Bank, ICS. So if turnover, there are some regulators. I will tell you when we discuss about the real story of the projects. I will tell you about the story. If your income bank revenue is more than 1 billion, you need to follow set of rules. If you're less than 50 million, 500 million, you need to follow set of rules. For more than 500 billions, you need to follow a set of rules and regulations as per the norms of government, right? So we have standard documents. These are the checks you need to do before while building the model. For example, you want a loan, personal loan. How do you get the personal loan? Hey bank, give me a personal. Will they give? They will have some checklist, right? You must have salary slips, 3 months of salary slips. You need to give the PAN card. That is they will check. You don't know, right? You need to give your Aadhaar card, your address proof, your bank details, your offer letter, all the details you need to submit. These are the checklist. Suppose you want to get a passport, what do you need? Aadhaar card, you need to submit address proof, some references, your 10th mark list, your data birth certificate. These are the checklist, right? If you want to build a model, if you want to apply if your bank portfolio size, bank transaction size more than 50 million, these are the rules you need to follow. It is difficult to go and check all the rules, right? Every time it is difficult to check all the rules every time, right? Am I right, guys? So I created one generative application, generative AI application. I need something about severity, risk severe, high risk customer. What rules, what are the checklists we need to follow? Low risk customers, what are the checklists we need to follow? If a loan amount is more than 20 lakhs, what are documents we need to collect? Automatically, I create one generative application. Automatically, I will give all the details. It is difficult to remember all these things, right? I created one application. Hey, loan amount is greater than 200. Give me required documents. Automatically do the list. This is what where primarily generative AI is going to be helpful for us in real world. Make sense? Are you clear? Where generative AI is going to be helpful for you? Especially the generative AI is going to heavily use for students. It is difficult to read entire book. They need to spend a lot of time. By using generative AI application, they can read whatever the topic they want immediately with summarized answers. Make sense? This is the first application of generative AI. This application drawn by using text information because all the data is text, right? This is the one of the primary project we are going to cover in our course. If you kept this project, damn sure you are going to get very, very good package. Right? Okay. Now, any questions, guys? Any doubt? Okay. Okay. Can machines or algorithm creative work like writing novels or creating music? That's what I explained, right? So far? Right. Can machine algorithm do creative work like writing novels or creating music? So from where some story from somewhere it will take, right? Command the data from. So you have book, you have given the book, automatically it will give the information. Do you think machines can write? Yes, that is one of the primary motive. That's what we have given the example, right? But the problem is still it is under progress. Whatever the accuracy we are machine generating, it is 70% accuracy. It is not 100% accuracy. Now still we have a lot of time is required to improve the accuracy of the model, right? The world is changing faster than what we used to do. That is what is done by the artificial intelligence. Okay, let me stop for the questions for timing and ask me the question and then I'll continue the topic. Okay, please. Yes, Copilot also is there. Copilot get the information from the internet only, right? It also give like a Gemini AI. Copilot also does give the summarized information. But in real world, we cannot use that. But how to use? I given an example. That's what read in the book and all. Videos store by drag and drop on that. It will use like what is more important that much of the that is summarization. Yes, it can be done. That again we use the generative AI. Okay, next question, guys. Next question, please. Okay. Now. Generative AI and Copilot, these things are limited by the search engine ability. Yes. That's why Gemini is more powerful than ChatGPT. So what happens here? These are only using purpose, learning purpose only. What Gemini, the information you're given. For example, let's say Gemini, I'll give one example how the algorithm works also. Let's say, do you know Let's say, do you know kids' names of Koti? Just give an example. See, wait. See here, guys. Here it says a unisex name, global appeal, meaning, nickname, right? Does Koti have kids? See, it says that. See, I apologize. Apologies for the confusion. I misunderstood your earlier question. Koti can have few different name. It could be shop name, location, or a person name. So if you tell to the system, hey, Koti have 2 kids, I given the name of those kids. In future, it may recall the similar information. This is called self-learning models. Self-learning models. This is one of the primary point. How machine learning algorithm. So that's what I told you, right? Accuracy as of today is 70% accuracy. We are trying to improve. Everyone are working towards to improve the accuracy from 70% to 90, 80, or 100%. Right? Many questions, guys. Any doubt? Okay. Now we have a confusion. We have a okay. Okay. From can you someone tell me what is this meaning? Can someone tell me what does it mean? What does it mean? Can someone tell me what does it mean? Can someone tell me what does it mean? Come on, come on. Read the image. Try to understand the image. Anything that can be digitalized or automated will be at anything that cannot be digitalized or automated will become much more valuable. What does it mean? Come on, what does it mean? That means in this world as of today, everything can be automated. But some few things which cannot be automated are digitalized, which will become much more valuable. Can you guess few things we cannot automate or digitalize? What is that? Can you guess few things which you cannot digitalize or automated?
Cognitive thinking.
Cognitive thinking. Okay. What else? Emotions. Okay. Emotions cannot be digitalized. Can be, right? Can be digitalized or automated, but not real 100%, but somewhat. Is it possible to digitalize death process? Is it possible to digitalize birth process? These are the few things. Tell me, how can you do? What happens after death? Do you know it? We can transcend. Come on. No, not possible as of today. As of today. Maybe can be possible in future. We don't know. So the thing is that some of things which you cannot automate, but everyone felt that by using generator, I'm going to lose the job. No way. The number of opportunities are going to increase. Even generative AI also, AI also works when you start giving the instructions to the mission. Without giving an instruction to the mission, we cannot automate or we cannot digitalize. So, for example, if you take a Gemini AI, we are given instruction, right? Can you tell me the name of the person, name of the company? We're given the instruction. With respect to the instruction only, it is giving the answer. The question we are giving, that means instruction. If I ask the kids of Koti, does it give any information? No, because it don't know. We did not never given any instruction to that system. So humans are required. Everything cannot be digitalized or automated. The number of jobs are going to increase heavily. It is a right time for you to enter into generative AI. The market is a very, very niche market at this point. Everyone are doing experiments. The moment when start experiments are finalized and come into the reality, it could give a less number of opportunities. But when it is an experiment, you will get more and more opportunity to perform or more experiments, right? So now let's see. We are still, that's what I mentioned, we are still phase 1 of AI. Machine learning is quite, so it's a very big. Jeff Bezos is us, right? We are making big bet on machine learning and artificial. Advanced machine make a big difference many fields. But still we have 20 years of time. next 20 years, the thing, generative AI or AI is going to rule the world. This is the right time for you to enter in the industry. The impact of the technologies will have in society in the next 20 years. It is so big, guys, right? So big. Okay. So now let's understand about the different roles of roles in AI and ML teams. Guys, before I go to the roles, do you have any questions, any doubt? So, and before I go to the roles and all, 1 second. So, 1 second, guys. See, how do you learn this? I'll tell you again, I'll explain to you, but how the process will be. So, guys, so far we discussed all the story, right? One is Amazon Go, we discussed. Second, we discussed about the blind person, right? Third, we discuss about the chat GPT open. What do you require to perform all these things? What do you require to perform all these things? What do you require, guys, to perform all these things, guys? Anumol, what do you require to perform all these things? Uday Kumar, Suman, what do you require? What do you require to perform all these things? Internet. So for blind person, let's go with the blind person. And let's go with Amazon Go. What are you doing? He swipe his card or application into while checking to the store. Am I right? All the items are adding to his cart and he check out the from the store automatically money got deducted from his account or bank. So how does Amazon Go app or Fresh knew that these are the items the X person is carrying from the store? That is a basic question, right? How does he know? How does Amazon Go knew about it? How does Amazon Go knew about it? Because all the items are stored with an identifier with a unique name into the application. When the item is matches, identifier name matches, when you scan it, automatically those items, because all items are adding to the cart, names are matching, automatically respective amount will be deducted from his account. So that means the items are storing into the app. That means he's storing a data, right? That means storing a data, right? Agree with me? That means he's storing a, okay, let's say it is a data, right? Where do you store the data? Where do you store the data? Cloud, some database, right? Cloud is also some database only. Am I right? Cloud is also some database only. Okay. Cloud is also some database only. Now, second thing, cloud is a database. Okay, store the data. Now, what items Subhit have purchased? What items I need to recommend to Subhit? The next coming will come into the store, Amazon store. What items I cannot recommend to Subhit? How much offer I need to give to Subhit? And which items we need to provide a discount to Subhit offers, basically. All right. At what time I need to send the offer? Start of the month, mid of the month, evening time, afternoon, right? Try to understand, right? And next thing, how to attract the new customers or existing customer. How do I perform all these questions? When you have a data with you, we can able to perform all these things, right? The prerequisite for this is database knowledge, extracting the information from the database. As you are storing the data, tons of data, lakhs of data, millions of data, billions of data into a database, when the data is useful, are able to generate the insights from the data, we can able to extract the information. In order to communicate with the database, there is a language. Hey, data, give me some information. Don't write. We need to write a program or a language where database can able to understand. That language is called SQL. If you want to be an expertise into generative AI or machine learning or deep learning, the first and foremost concept you need to learn about SQL, right? That is what where we are going to start for another. From SQL, you can able to handle the data, but there is a likely chances, try to understand it. There is a likely chances some information may not be the correct, some ambiguity in the data. Ambiguity is nothing but some misspellings. Data is not correct data. For example, data is not the correct data. There is spelling mistake. There is a type of mistake. There is unwanted information. We need to clean the data, right? Right. For example, there is a lot of spaces from word to word. So there is, if you look into the data here, there is some the space you can see. So it is big. It is big after that exclamatory mark. There is a dash is there. Two times you can see the dash. Right. Right. There is a comma. There is a full stop. I don't want these things. Right. If you look into the articles in English language, articles, right? What are the articles? What are the articles in English language? A and the. A and the does not make any sense, right? In the real world does not make any sense. Grammatically it makes sense. But when you perform the analysis, it does not make any sense. Prepositions is, was, were, yet, and, on, blah 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 blah. Does not make any sense. How to remove those words, unnecessary words. To perform these things, we require a tool, right? It can be done with the help of Python language. For example, we have a 20-page book here. Remember, we have a 20-page book, right? In this 20-page book, there are a lot of words are there. Almost 1800, 2000 words are there. Some of articles are there. When I read this data, but manually you cannot tell, hey, system, read this data means won't, right? There is a programming language to read this book. That programming language is called Python. SQL only works with structured data, table data. If you are passing this kind of data to store this kind of data, we use a concept called no SQL. What is the concept? No SQL. To store the image, to store the text data, to store the audio, to store the video, we use a database called no SQL databases. How do you deal with the no SQL database? But to read the unstructured data like video, audio, image, text, we need a tool, right? That tool we are going to use Python, right? After that, first you need to start analyzing with the table data. For that, we are going to use basic machine learning. Advanced machine learning concept like text data, image data, that is a deep learning or natural language process. We are going to use a concept called advanced machine learning. And next are deep learning. Advanced machine learning is also called deep learning. Machine learning and deep learning are the prerequisites for to learn about the generative AI. Generative AI. So with the help of generative AI, we can create different application with SL-free, which means without working hard. By applying the smart methodologies, we can able to extract the required information. We can able to extract the required information. This is what we can do with the help of generative AI. So the fundamental thing we are going to learn about the first concept is SQL. In tomorrow class, I will start with the first what are the different roles. Once we understand the roles, then I will start about the introducing about the concept called SQL. Any questions, guys? Any doubts so far? The entire thing you need to, it will take to learn minimum 6 months. Minimum 6 months. If you're able to learn minimum 6 months, I bet on this, the package something like 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. If you are expertised into generative AI, with 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years experience, you will get a package of 15 lakhs. One of our previous batch student has just passed out, about to pass out in the next 1 month. He created our own application by using generative AI. He got the package of in TCS. He got a package of 11.5 from an ordinary college only. 11.5 lakh in TCS. Do you know, guys? Most of your colleagues or friends or relatives are working in TCS as a fresher. How much they're getting package? 3.5, 4 lakhs, 6 lakhs only. But after learning the course with some projects, he got a package of 11.5. The packages are awesome. If you go learn anything, this is the concept which we are going to use in the real world. Generative AI, which is going to hit the market, anything like else. It is the future, right? Questions, guys, please.